Hey guys, TKD Master 2011-4 here, giving you part 2 of my tour of the Knapford Valley Railroad. During the video, I'm actually going to have a small freight train going around the layout. Engine 20007, Province and Worcester, will be leading a small freight train of about 6 boxcars around the layout, some of which are the ones that have the graffiti on them. Let's take a closer look. Yep, green car has graffiti on it, and I believe, yep, Warwick Railway has graffiti on it, as well as the rail box. I'll be soon weathering these cars a little later. Okay, so while that's going around, I'm going to be telling you guys about my entire layout in general, and then we're going to take a look at some rail pieces that I've collected from some of my nearby railroads in my area. Alright, let's actually start with the museum line. The museum line was once a small branch line for lumber trains heading to a small lumber mill that was located here where this house is. The line actually started over around here. You can see the tracks. This is the abandoned line. There's a space between the trees where the tracks used to run, and you can actually see the rails in the grass. The rails come out to a small bridge here. This is the physical end of the line for any trains that come up to this point. These tracks can still be used by the trains. However, I don't think any of the locos run on it. Alright, so the line comes out into the museum. Oh yeah, and by the way, I got my new kitchen car. It's a Santa Fe type. I got this one out of the Walters catalog, and I thought I'd show you it before I had it painted. And I'll be having an updated video of it as soon as it's painted. Alright, so basically we have the whole yard here with the Scenic trains and all the Scenic locos. You got the museum right here. I actually have some of my little people standing around the platform. Alright, so the track comes out across the crossing, and the track leads out to a switch over there that the freight train is heading on. Let's actually follow the freight train. Alright, so basically we have some small buildings, some of which were recycled from some of my Hot Wheels sets. I'm probably going to be replacing those as soon as I get more realistic models. I'm actually also reusing a lot of the Hot Wheel cars until I can get a lot more smaller ones. I actually have a few, like this one right here. Let's see. Yeah, this thing was like 20 bucks in a magazine, so it's pretty expensive. I'm probably going to find a lot more cheaper ones, and I'm probably going to, yeah, I'm going to get more of those. So I got my church, a little hobby shop, my Kentucky Fried Chicken that I bought for $2 at a already assembled train show, and I got a small little library. It's one of those Christmas ornament things that you get. Well, actually, no, it's one of those Christmas, I don't know, it's like one of those like models you get. You know those little Christmas scenes? Yeah. I'm probably going to be replacing that eventually. And then I got this bridge here I built from some of my old Thomas stuff, and I'm probably going to be replacing that very soon. So we basically got a little farm over here in the back, a little farmhouse my dad actually built back in the 70s, a little field, and a little barn building that I actually got at a train show for $2. And we got the freight train in the forest right there. Alright, so we got also the power lines that are running along. Some of these, the silver ones, I bought at the hobby shop. And these ones right here I actually built myself. If you've ever been to Friendly's and got those chicken things on the sticks, these are the sticks that the chicken came on. I brought them home and I actually painted them and cut them and glued them together to make these. And these are actually realistic model power lines that I've seen around my area. And those run all the way out to where I'm going to be having like a little sand pit. I'm going to dig that out and put all the sand in there. That's going to be a little construction site. And I got a little pond over there. It's not finished yet. I'm going to be filling that in because it's a little deep. Alright, so the tracks come along. I got a little field over there with some deer. And we got the bridge here, the Knapford Valley Bridge. Well, no, the bridge that goes over the river. And we have a few more houses. The rail crossing, which is actually an O scale. I'm going to be replacing that soon. And then we got the freight yard in the back over there. A few cars in there right now. The other cars are on the freight train. And we got a small little station building that is being used by the Scenic line. Tracks follow Main Street, which hasn't been finished yet. I'm either going to put a mat there, or I'm going to paint the road on. So we got the switch into the freight yard, and then we got a little truck depot. I'm going to be replacing that with a more realistic model soon. And over here we have the old switching tower, now extension off the fire station. And this is actually new over here. We have the lumber mill, and the reason why I put it over here was I wanted to have a freight yard for the lumber, for some of my lumber cars, and I got one of them in there right now. And I got all my little lumber pieces in there. And here comes the freight train. I'll let that pass. Alright, and basically a lot of my other little lumber pieces. And then the track basically comes back out to these switches. And that's basically about it. If you have any more questions or any more comments, please leave them. I love comments, I love subscribers, you know, all that good stuff. Alright. And basically I showed you all my locos down here. I actually brought this one down from upstairs. It's my Amtrak P42 locomotive I got back at Henry's. And there's a lot more junk in there. So, you know. All my freight cars down there. And a few others over here. Alright. I'm going to quickly show you guys the rail pieces I've collected while I have the freight train going around the layout. Here's actually a bigger picture of the layout. Oh yeah, I also forgot to tell you guys about some of my pictures I have up on the wall. These are all my Province and Worcester, a few Amtrak and some Conrail photos. And I got my dad's model planes flying over the layout. So that's basically it. Alright, let's go take a look at the rail pieces. Okay, these are the rail pieces I currently own. These over here came from the West Boylston line, once the Boston and Maine, today owned by Pan Am. This is actually a piece of, I think that's coal. I think that either that fell off one of the Province and Worcester trains, or, you know, that was part of the, I don't know, something to do with the track. I got my spikes and one of those pieces that you see on the rails. And down here, I have my huge piece of rail that came off the Worcester line. I found this lying around in the freight yard, you know, over by Putnam Lane. And I have a lot of spikes that were I collected while the CSX was doing maintenance to the line back in, I believe, 2007 or 8. Over here are some of my more rare pieces. Right here I have my Cape Cod pieces. And these are also Cape Cod too. I believe this spike right here came off the Dennis branch. Well, it was the Provincetown branch. And this piece came off the Hyannis branch. And there's a lot more pieces I collected from Buzzards Bay. And these are my most rarest, my probably oldest pieces. These came off the Boston Streetcar Railway that ran to Worcester. These are pieces I found in Shrewsbury, my hometown. This piece I found close to Floral Street School. These pieces and the cable line I found near Walnut Street, right behind Shrewsbury Nursery. And this over here is my Grafton and Upton certificate, 1 cheer. And that's basically it. Alright, I don't want to keep the video going for too long. So basically that's about it. I have a lot more videos coming up. I plan to do a lot more rail fanning, including, I also have my special announcement video, which I'll be posting very soon, I hope. So please enjoy, and that is it.